Today I'm going to be talking about the changes that I've recognized within the free version of your Google account if you use Google products. For those of you who know, I'm a huge Google fan when it comes to productivity, and I think it's something that we should all use for our personal or business use as well. So I'm going to quickly go to this page here. Now you'll see that Google has transformed its branding into this thing called Workspace, and you can see all the icons have certain colors that are all the same, which is very Google-esque. Now if I scroll down, you'll see all these really neat sort of like different functions and everything else that come with Google Workspace. And if I go to pricing, you'll see that it looks like it's focusing on businesses only. Okay. Now I'm used to seeing this because, again, there was a time I was interested in, doing the whole business package. I decided not to because that started to stack up in terms of monthly costs, and I was thinking about everything else. However, I started to recognize that I saw some changes when I went onto my Gmail. Now, before I get onto that, there is this space here that says Google Workspace for everyone. Okay, so we've just seen here that there is a business cost, but they're saying it's for everyone. So what are we recognizing? We're recognizing that, as of, I believe, in last October, so that would have been 2021, they decided to make a decision to integrate or to create an experience for free members to start using Google products in certain ways. And I'm going to start talking about some of those things in this video. Okay. So again, this is just more information about it. And again, I'll leave these links in the description below. Now, if you go to let's say for example, you go to your Gmail. Okay. Hi everyone, this is a quick interrupted video just because I've realized something and I thought I need to add this to the video, so excuse the audio here. So I received an email from Google Meet basically saying that there is enhanced video meeting features and they'll be added to my Google One plan. So, I started to investigate this and it says that I get all of these different benefits, which is great, fantastic. So it made me sort of like think about my Google One plan. So I went to the Google One plan and I realized that actually I have these different subscriptions that I'm using. So I'm currently on this £80 per year billed annually premium plan, which gives me 2 terabytes of data to store. And one of those perks is having Google Workspace Premium. And so this is why I've been able to get all of these different sort of like additional features, which is really cool. So for paying £80 a year, I mean, that's not too bad, to be honest with you. Some of you have an Amazon Prime membership. And again, on a monthly basis, it's only £8 a month as well, if you can afford it, if it makes sense for you as well. And so just to be clear, you're saving up to 17% on the annual plan. And if I just click here, these are the benefits you're going to get. Longer group calls, so calls for up to 24 hours, which I don't think you'll probably need. Noise cancellation for meetings and Meet video call recording as well as other Google Workspace benefits. And I just wanted to highlight that to you. These are the reasons why these things are popping up in terms of enhanced features that we spoke about in this space as well. So hopefully that gives you some perspective as well. Anyway, let's get back to the video. You will see that the interface may have changed. Okay. If I go to settings, you will see that there are different options in terms of how you want your Gmail to be displayed. Now on the left hand side, you'll see all of these different things. Okay, so you've got chat, which used to be Hangouts. You've also got Spaces, and you've also got Google Meet, which has been a fantastic tool. Now if I go to Spaces, this is where you can create different sort of channels, or what they used to call rooms, in order for you to create conversation with different individuals. So again, this is my team space, so to speak, and you can see information here and all of that kind of stuff there. You can also put in sort of like files from your Google Drive, as well as different tasks in a sort of very simple action log sort of like function. If I go back to the files, one of the things that you can do is paste links in. So what I mean by that is, if I go to one of my files in Google Drive, I can right click on one of these different files, go to get link, I copy it, I go back to the space, okay, and if I paste it in, you'll see that it will pop up as a thumbnail here. And if I just send it, then again, it pops up here. Now, what's interesting about this is that if I go to files, you'll see that it's already popped up here and it was already part of this file here. So again, you can move this sort of file within the space. Okay, so if you want to move this item, again, you can do it all within this space, which is really amazing. You can add comments as well if you want to, and it will bring you back to this file document within this chat for this space. Okay, great thing as well, you can at people. So if I at, you know, colleague Daryl and say this is a test for my YouTube video, again, he'll know it's a test. Okay, now the great thing about this is that when you create a team, you can add different people in there, and if they have a Google account, again, it makes it easier. You can also add details as well. Okay, so you can add sort of like a description and guidelines for the individuals using this space. So it's all really neat stuff. If I go back and if I go to spaces here and I go to new space, I can start group conversation, which is just with different individuals, but doesn't necessarily have the same functionalities, or I can create a space. So if I create a space, again, this is what pops up and you just put in simple information. So really neat stuff. Also really cool about it is that if I go to, again, spaces, I can, you know, use it in the same functionality as I would with any sort of like collaborative tool in terms of chats, you know, emojis, etc., etc. I can even start a new Google chat within this space, or Google Meet, should I say, within this space, which is really good. If I go to the Meet function, it will show me all the meetings that I have for that day or the next meeting that I have. Again, you can change your status, and again, this happens across all of your Google sort of like interfaces and apps, which is really cool. Now, if I go back to spaces, I can also edit this. So if I open in chat, okay, then it will pop up on the right hand side, and it's really neat. I can edit this, and we can again all work on this collaboratively while typing in a chat, whilst being on a Google Meet at the same time as well. So really cool. Again, I can open this up separately if I want to, and it will open in a separate tab, and that will still work. And again, what you'll see is with this document, let's say for example I was in a Google Meet with my colleagues or, you know, business partners. Again, I could start a meeting by clicking on this, and it would take me, and I could start a new meeting or click on one that popped up today. So really neat stuff. I mean, Google is really steaming ahead in terms of what it's trying to do. I'm here for it. Okay, now some people may say, okay, cool, with this task bit, would that replace something like Notion? I don't think it's there yet, but I'm going to continue to use Notion until Google decide to do something that's going to take Notion out of the water. But to be honest with you, I'm a huge fan of Notion, so there's no rush for that at all. So hopefully that gives you some ideas, because again, I've been looking for something for a while where I didn't necessarily have to pay additional monies to have this collaborative feel, and I think Google is making the right step in terms of being a leader. What I've also noticed is that with Google Meet, you're also able to record meetings now, which is, again, a huge step up for free users, especially for those people who are trying to start out. And again, I probably haven't even touched the surface in terms of what you can do. I'll leave the links in the description below, but hopefully that gives you an idea. Now, looking at this, what would you use Google Workspace for? What would you use Google Chat for? Leave your comments below. Before I forget, you can also go to chat.google.com. Okay, so this was formerly known as Google Hangouts. And again, you can have the same functionality. And you can also, you know, have this option where you have a Google Chat interface or app on your Mac or desktop if it allows for that as well. Okay, so you can have that as a separate application, which is really cool as well if you want to have that functionality. So that's it from me. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And as always, my friends, understand, reach, and expand. Peace.